Oh, what a marvelous time of year this is! The British summer has finally arrived, bringing with it those longed-for hot, sunny days that seem to make everything shimmer with a special kind of magic. Canterbury, a city steeped in history, has always been a place that welcomes visitors with open arms. For centuries, pilgrims have journeyed here, seeking solace and inspiration within its ancient walls. Today, that tradition of hospitality continues, making it a truly delightful destination. The air is filled with the sweet scent of summer, and the city seems to hum with a gentle, joyful energy that is simply infectious. It's a place that invites you to slow down and just breathe it all in. One of the city's most splendid jewels, especially at this time of year, is the Westgate Gardens. I find myself utterly captivated by them every time I visit. The gardens are absolutely bursting with colour, a riot of blooming flowers that look as though a painter has scattered every hue imaginable across a lush green canvas. It's a photographer's dream, really. Migratory birds, having made their long journey back to our shores, now fill the air with their cheerful songs. Their melodies provide the perfect soundtrack for a leisurely stroll along the winding paths, creating a symphony of nature that soothes the soul and lifts the spirits. The gardens offer a perfect escape from the hustle and bustle, a tranquil haven right in the heart of the city. As you wander, you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, a simple pleasure that we British cherish so deeply. The scent of freshly cut grass mixes with the perfume of roses and lavender, creating an aroma that is quintessentially summer. Families gather on blankets for picnics, children laugh as they chase butterflies, and couples walk hand in hand, all enjoying this beautiful slice of paradise. It is moments like these, simple and pure, that create the most lasting and treasured memories. History is alive in Canterbury. It breathes through the very stones of the city. From the magnificent cathedral that dominates the skyline to the charming, crooked medieval buildings that line the cobbled streets, every corner tells a story. This city has been a crossroads for travelers, thinkers, and storytellers for thousands of years. It's a place where the past and present mingle so gracefully. You can almost hear the echoes of Chaucer's pilgrims as you explore the narrow alleyways, their laughter and tales carried on the summer breeze. It's a living museum, but one that feels incredibly warm, welcoming, and very much alive today. For anyone staying in London, Canterbury is the most perfect day trip imaginable. It's just a short train ride away, but it feels like you are stepping into another world entirely. You leave the frantic pace of the capital behind and arrive in a city that moves at a much more civilized, relaxed rhythm. The journey itself is part of the adventure, watching the urban sprawl give way to rolling green fields and charming little villages. It's a wonderful reminder of just how close the tranquil English countryside is to the bustling heart of London, offering a much-needed breath of fresh air for city dwellers. The city is a wonderful blend of history, culture, and nature. One of the most enchanting ways to experience it is by taking a boat trip along the River Stour. You can hire a traditional punt, or even a kayak, and see the city from a completely different perspective. As you glide gently along the water, you pass by historic buildings, their ancient stone walls reflected in the river's surface. It's a wonderfully peaceful experience, allowing you to absorb the beauty of your surroundings at a leisurely pace. The gentle lapping of the water against the boat is the only sound you'll hear, apart from the distant cathedral bells. As you meander down the river, you must keep your eyes peeled for the local wildlife. It's always such a thrill to spot them. If you're very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a sleek otter slipping into the water, or the dazzling electric blue flash of a kingfisher as it darts past. Majestic herons often stand perfectly still at the water's edge, like elegant statues, waiting patiently for their next meal. Seeing these creatures thriving in the middle of a city is a truly special sight, and a testament to how nature and history can coexist so beautifully here in Canterbury. Of course, one cannot speak of Canterbury without mentioning the great Geoffrey Chaucer. His famous work, The Canterbury Tales, has immortalized the city in literature, weaving it into the very fabric of English culture. The book tells the stories of a group of pilgrims traveling to the shrine of St. Thomas Becket at Canterbury Cathedral. As you walk the same streets these pilgrims would have trod centuries ago, you feel a deep connection to that history. It brings the tales to life in a way that simply reading them in a book cannot. It's a cultural pilgrimage that continues to draw people here from all over the world. If your spirit of adventure calls for something even grander, then you must venture further afield to the magnificent Peak District. Here lies Chatsworth House, a true titan of the English countryside. It is an estate of breathtaking scale and beauty, a place that truly has to be seen to be believed. The house itself is a masterpiece of architecture, filled with priceless art and centuries of history. But for me, the real magic lies in its vast gardens and sprawling parkland. You can spend an entire day, or even longer, exploring the meticulously designed landscapes, from the Grand Cascade to the mysterious winding paths of the grotto. The gardens at Chatsworth are a world unto themselves. There are over 100 acres of formal gardens to discover, each with its own unique character. You can lose yourself in the maze, marvel at the Emperor Fountain, or simply find a quiet bench and admire the stunning views across the estate. Beyond the gardens, there are thousands of acres of woodland and parkland, designed by the famous Capability Brown. It's a paradise for walkers and nature lovers. And of course many will recognize Chatsworth from its starring roles in films and television series, most famously as Pemberley in adaptations of Pride and Prejudice. It's quite a thrill to walk in the footsteps of Mr. Darcy. This part of England offers the quintessential countryside experience. It's a place for long, invigorating hikes across windswept moors, where the views seem to stretch on forever. The air is clean and crisp, and the only sounds are the bleating of sheep and the call of birds high above. After a day of exploring, there is nothing better than returning to a cozy, rented cottage, perhaps with a roaring fire if the evening turns cool. It's a chance to disconnect from the modern world and reconnect with nature, to slow down and appreciate the simple, profound beauty of the landscape around you. The Peak District is dotted with charming market towns and villages, each with its own unique character and history. Places like Bakewell, famous for its pudding, or Castleton, with its dramatic caves and ruined castle, are just waiting to be explored. You can spend your days browsing independent shops, enjoying a pint in a traditional pub, and chatting with friendly locals. It's this combination of spectacular natural beauty and charming historic settlements that makes the Peak District such an enduringly popular destination. It's the heart of England, wild and yet wonderfully welcoming, and it captures a piece of your soul. For a truly authentic taste of English country life, you must explore some of our smaller picture postcard villages. Places like Turville in Buckinghamshire or Brightwell-cum-Sotwell in Oxfordshire are absolute gems. They are filled with the kind of chocolate box cottages you see in films, many with charming thatched roofs and walls supported by ancient Tudor beams. Walking through these villages feels like stepping back in time. The streets are often narrow and winding, with colourful flowers spilling over garden walls and ancient parish churches standing proudly at their centre. It is a world away from the noise and rush of modern life. What I find so endearing about these villages is the sense of community and the quirky details you discover. In one village, you might find an old red telephone box that has been lovingly converted into a tiny library or a miniature art gallery, a wonderful project to keep these iconic structures alive. In another, you might stumble upon a local donkey charity, where you can meet the gentle residents and learn about the work being done to care for them. These small, unique touches give each village its own soul and character. They are a testament to the creativity and community spirit that thrives in rural England. The simple pleasures are what make a visit to the countryside so special. Renting a cottage for a week, waking up to the sound of birdsong, and enjoying a cup of tea in a sun-drenched garden is pure bliss. Days can be spent exploring public footpaths that crisscross the fields, discovering hidden valleys and ancient woodlands. You can pack a picnic and find a perfect spot by a babbling brook, or end your walk at a traditional country pub for a hearty lunch and a pint of local ale. It's a slower, more mindful way of living that allows you to truly appreciate the beauty of your surroundings. Of course, the British weather is famously unpredictable, even in summer. You might have glorious sunshine one day, and a sudden downpour the next. But that is all part of the charm, isn't it? It makes us appreciate the sunny days all the more. Summer is, without a doubt, the very best time to enjoy these rural treasures. The days are long, the landscape is lush and green, and there is a wonderful sense of optimism in the air. So, whether with friends or family, I do hope you get the chance to explore our beautiful countryside. It's an experience that will refresh your spirit and create memories to last a lifetime.